All Caroline and Gary want is to be able to shower in their own home. Not too much to ask. They've lived there for years. Now Gary's poor health means they need a renovation, but they can't afford it. So they've been forced to shower at their local swimming pool.
This is the shower.
Right.
And it's barely big enough to swing a cat in.
Yeah.
It's less than a metre square.
I can't reach my legs and I'm holding onto the bar all the time in there, frightened I'm going to fall, and I've fallen a few times.
Caroline and Gary should be enjoying their twilight years. Instead, they're stuck in a frustrating shower showdown.
It's such a small space, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? And this door comes out partly on it there.
Yeah.
Cuts part of it off like that.
Wow.
This tiny shower cubicle is barely big enough to fit Caroline, let alone her husband of 53 years, who now uses a shower seat.
Well, we had to give away using it because I couldn't fit in there with him. I couldn't stand in the doorway and hose him.
The Gold Coast pensioners had resorted to showering down at the local swimming pool, where there's a shower big enough for Caroline to help Gary.
And you can't do that every day. So you can't shower every day, and we like to shower every day. In summer, sometimes we used to shower twice a day.
But now carpal tunnel surgery has left Caroline unable to assist, forcing the pair back to the shower squeeze they were trying to avoid.
How's that left you feeling, Gary?
But I've tried to get in on myself, by myself a few times, but I've had terrible trouble. I don't know, I've just had enough of it.
Caroline and Gary are both on the aged pension, so don't have money for a renovation. They applied and were eligible for what's called the Commonwealth Home Support Program. They could get modifications up to $10,000, but their bathroom quote was almost $16,000, so they couldn't go ahead with it. They were then made eligible for a short-term restorative care program and were awarded almost $12,000 each. Happy days, enough for their new bathroom, or so they thought.
You wanted a shower and they left you with a can opener, a jar opener and a bottle opener.
Yeah.
Things you didn't ask for.
No.
The Scott Bridges had their funding handled by a company called Feros Care, which was appointed to manage the money. But rather than get their new bathroom, Feros Care provided these gadgets, an iPad for Caroline and a walker and mattress for Gary.
None of that has had anything to do with the bathroom upgrade.
No.
No.
No, nothing.
You can't use an iPad in the shower.
Feros Care also charged Caroline and Gary $3,717 each for package management and care management.
I wasn't having any care management, I didn't need it.
The company says it hasn't done anything wrong, telling A Current Affair.
Feros Care has strictly adhered to the department's guidelines, and the clients in this case agreed to their support package, which had nothing to do with major shower modifications.
But Gary and Caroline say they had no idea the funding they thought was for their shower was being spent on kitchen items.
I just told them to forget the whole deal. I wanted the money for the shower. And that was what I wanted it for.
Instead, almost all of their funding was spent and the remainder was sent back to the government.
How does the whole situation make the two of you feel?
Pretty disgusted.
The pair say they've now exhausted all the funding options available to them.
And we can't shower here, so what do we do then? Hose in the backyard?
What do the two of you need going forward?
A shower.
We need the shower done.
We need someone to come into walk in that door and say, hey, we're here to do your shower.
Well, the federal government has confirmed the funding Caroline and Gary received can't be used to build a bigger shower and recommended other aged care programs instead. The trouble is, Caroline and Gary have already tried those options and they still can't get their reno done. It's not good enough.